Ellen, we go so far back. Don't tell these people how far back we go.
I know, but I wear t-shirts. I don't know what that means. Anyway, all right, let's
I mean,
do all that.
Okay,
All right.
I got to take two if the joke didn't work. I
No,
mean, I don't want no problem.
No, it's okay.
No, hold on. Hey, so
Now, what time would your party start, let's say?
like 9:30.
Really, that early?
Yeah.
I could make that.
Yeah.
But I could think of you of starting a party at like midnight. Like what time will it go till?
That's a different type of party.
Uh-huh.
No, it'll go from like 9:30 to like maybe 3 o'clock, 3 o'clock. And then, you know, we have the top 2 floors of the hotel.
Mm-hmm. And then it will carry on there?
Yeah. Then no, I mean the after party.
No, I know about them.
The more people figure out what Diddy is about, the more things start to make sense. Oh, and I never thought it would get to this point, but Steven Twitch Boss has joined the conversation.
Yo, Ellen, we go so far back. Don't tell these people how far back we go.
I know, but I wear t-shirts. I don't know what that means. Anyway, all right, let's
I mean,
do all that.
okay,
All right.
I got to take two if the joke didn't work. I
No,
mean, I don't want no problem.
No, it's okay.
No, hold on. Hey, so
Twitch was unquestionably one of the most adored personalities on daytime TV and the lifeblood of the Ellen DeGeneres show. But was there anything more sinister going on in the background, behind the lights, the celebrity, and the smooth dancing? The whispers are starting to become louder once more. According to what I am currently learning, Twitch might have killed himself because he was starting to reveal some of the hardships he had to endure in Hollywood. I am referring to the now famous Diddy freak-offs, for example, allegedly. And what do you know? It was all allegedly related to Ellen DeGeneres.
What time do you stay up till?
I stay up till like maybe 6 in the morning. I'm back up at like 10:30, 11.
6 in the morning. What do you do every night till 6 in the morning? You don't go to clubs every night.
No, I mean, I make love a lot.
That's my favorite answer ever.
Yeah. I told you when I came on the show I was gonna be completely honest and expose myself to the world.
Basically, folks are now wondering if Twitch saw anything because he has been with Ellen everywhere. Did he receive an invitation to those notorious parties we frequently hear about? Was Twitch compelled to commit suicide because he was involved in something he did not sign up for? Recall that there was a story of a note left by Twitch. The LAPD also confirmed that he mentioned previous difficulties he was still having, even though the investigators who discovered the message did not elaborate on what it said. However, this is where things become even more bizarre. According to internet speculations, Twitch may have captured a voicemail or similar recording regarding the actual events that took place during these exclusive events. Additionally, there was a lot of serious discussion regarding Diddy's free calls. So, are these merely conspiracies on the internet, or is the story about something else? Love, take a seat. People argued that Twitch's death did not make sense at the time because, among other things, he had recently celebrated his 9th anniversary with his wife Allison by posting old photos from their wedding and saying, "Happy anniversary, my love," at Allison Holker, #9 years. Furthermore, Twitch and Allison were discussing the possibility of having a second child. Therefore, it was illogical for him to simply end his own life. Fans naturally began investigating to see if there was a reason why Twitch decided to end his life. Additionally, it was frequently mentioned that Twitch planned to expose Ellen, so she staged his death to make it appear as though he committed suicide. Naturally, it did not help that Twitch's pal Todrick Hall said that the Ellen DeGeneres incident was putting pressure on Twitch.
He was on Ellen and Ellen was being canceled. People were looking at him saying, "Why are you supporting this woman?" And I think that is just a lot of pressure. Human beings are not designed to handle that much pressure. And when I was talking about my experience, his face was like, "I know." And he was just like, "It's a lot."
As you may recall, in 2020, a number of former employees accused Ellen of permitting a culture of color-based discrimination, intimidation, and terror. She claimed she was unaware of the accusations, although vehemently disputing them.
As you may have heard, this summer there were allegations of a toxic work environment at our show, and then there was an investigation. I learned that things happened here that never should have happened. I take that very seriously, and I want to say I am so sorry to the people who were affected. I know that I'm in a position of privilege and power, and I realize that with that comes responsibility, and I take responsibility for what happens at my show. This is the Ellen DeGeneres Show. I am Ellen DeGeneres. My name is there. My name is there. My name is on underwear. We have had a lot of conversations over the last few weeks about the show, our workplace, and what we want for the future. We have made the necessary changes, and today we are starting a new chapter.
Well, some claim that Twitch's stress was caused by the show's pressure, but that was not the only one. According to the rumors, Twitch might have discovered inappropriate information on Ellen and other business figures such as Diddy. The problem is that Twitch was also close to Ellen, and because of their friendship, she reportedly took him to 2 of Diddy's parties, among other venues in Hollywood. Diddy was not a frequent guest on the Ellen show throughout the years. As everyone who followed the show knows, in one specific interview, Diddy even asked Ellen why she never showed up to his parties.
So tell me about your birthday party. Am I invited?
Yes. Yes, you're definitely invited. I invite you to all my parties. You just haven't seemed to show up.
No, well, is it on the East Coast?
Yes.
Well, that's why. Why don't you have one here on the West Coast? Because I work all the time.
Okay, well, maybe I have one extra.
Ellen was invited to all of the parties, but she never went because they were too far away, not because she thought they were too dubious. What is even more intriguing is that Diddy informed Ellen that parties that begin after midnight are a different kind of party, and it seemed like Ellen understood exactly what he was talking about. This same Ellen has also been pictured with Diddy at his events, so it is possible that she eventually found time to go to the parties. Given that we are discussing someone who was involved in the Wayfair scandal involving the sale of furniture at exorbitant prices with children inside, it has been suggested on a few occasions that Ellen may have attended the less well-publicized events at Diddy's house, where disturbing and possibly illegal activities allegedly occurred. At the time the scandal was making headlines, it was reported that the cabinets were being sold for up to $10,000, and that their names were linked to people who had been reported missing, including Naraya, Olivia, Samaya, and Yaritza Ellen were in the center of this controversy. Fans are starting to make connections as a result of Diddy's conviction, and they completely understand how Twitch might have discovered some extremely damning information, particularly in light of the claim that Diddy was exposed in a voicemail. Many thanks to all of you. It makes it more plausible that he had to end his life after discovering harmful information. But wait, guess who else might know even more about Twitch? Possibly recording a voicemail that revealed Diddy, Allison Holker, his former spouse.
It was a really scary moment in my life to figure that out, but it also helped me process that he was going through so much and he was hiding so much, and there must have been a lot of shame in that, and he was wrestling with a lot inside himself, and he was trying to self-medicate and cope with all those feelings because he didn't want to put it on anyone.
You see, Allison went to them rather than phoning the police when she realized that Twitch was not home. She was aware that something negative had occurred. She then did interviews months later, which many people felt were soulless and that she gave too much information. Actually, Allison stated in one of her recent interviews that she was with a very close friend when they were organizing their closet and choosing Twitch funeral attire, when she uncovered a cornucopia of substances, including mushrooms, pills, and other substances she had to look up on her phone, hidden inside Twitch shoeboxes. Based on what she said, she believes she and Twitch had very honest communication, including about his marijuana use. In fact, she said that at night after their kids went to bed, he would quietly slip into their guest house to smoke or drink. She said that was his alone time, and it was his time to recharge. And that was okay. The items she discovered in his shoeboxes, however, were unexpected. Additionally, she stated that in the days leading up to his death, Twitch was acting withdrawn, showering less frequently, and smoking morning and night, and told her that he was going through a low period, but he was very careful about his wording. In addition, Allison claimed that she read through his journals in an attempt to gain understanding and closure following his passing, and discovered that her husband had kept upsetting secrets from even his closest friends and family. According to her, he was wrestling with a lot inside himself, and he was trying to self-medicate and cope with all those feelings because he didn't want to put it on anyone because he loved everyone so much. He didn't want other people to take on his pain. She also claimed that in multiple journal entries, which made references to being assaulted as a child, which might have had an impact on him till the day of his death. Allison has received a lot of flack for appearing shady and knowing exactly what was going on, in addition to insulting tWitch and his family by disclosing too much. Dariel, tWitch's cousin, was one of the family members who revealed that Allison made the family sign non-disclosure agreements in order for them to attend his funeral. And after stating that she doesn't care about the NDA, Dariel also wrote that contrary to what Allison was trying to imply, Twitch wasn't an addict. He smoked weed and was actively trying to quit, but he wasn't some junkie. Furthermore, Dre, Twitch's brother, asserted that his side of the family has not been allowed to see the kids since his brother's death. In fact, he claimed on Instagram that his mother and grandparents were being treated disrespectfully and excluded from family matters while they attempted to come to terms with Twitch's passing. Dre went on to say that his late brother's 3 children had had very little contact with their grandmother and the rest of the family, without specifically mentioning their mother. He said that Allison was preventing them from seeing the kids because the family disagreed with some of the requirements of the NDA she had given them to sign. I am not sure what exactly was in the NDA that she was making her family members sign, but rumors have it that it contained a lot more. Indeed, since Twitch's passing, there have been rumors that Allison is concealing something. What precisely did Twitch blunder into? We must now ask. Were the demands of celebrity the only cause? Or something darker lurking beneath the surface of Hollywood? There are also the stories and whispers that never go away concerning Diddy's notorious freak-offs, which were exclusively attended by the privileged. Was Twitch present? Was there something he saw? Or perhaps he should have recorded something? I am not claiming to know all the answers, but I would be interested in hearing your opinions. Tell me then in the space provided for comments below.